We are solving the fourth question. We have 2 points A and B. We need to find the slope of the line through the points. So you know what is slope? When we have 2 points, these 2 points make a line, and there is always an angle between the line and between the x-axis. So tangent of this alpha gives the slope. Slope we show by this small letter m. Also we can, if we know the points x and y components of the points, we can use this formula. So for a, let's find the slope. We have x1, y1 and x2, y2. It doesn't matter, we can call b. We can take the points x1 and y1, we can take from point b, no problem. But if a cannot be as x1, y2, x1, y1 or x2, y2, we must take as. So slope is, we have y2 minus y1, which is 8 minus 6 over x2 minus x1, which is 6 minus 4, and it gives 2 over 2. So slope is equal to 1. Slope is equal to 1. Okay, this is b, this is a. Now let's solve the b1, and we have x1, y1, x2, y2, and we find the slope by the formula. y2 is negative 6 minus y1 is negative 4 over x2 is 0 minus x1 is minus 2. So we have negative 6 plus 4, which is negative 2 over 2. So, and in this question, slope is negative 1. We have the slopes. Okay. What about fifth question? Find the slope of L1, so line 1, first line, it is ML1, slope of first line, if A and B, there are two sub-questions, if slope of second line is negative 1 over 4 and L1 parallel to L2. What do we know? If two lines are parallel, their slopes are equal. So if the slope of second line given as negative 1 over 4 and they are parallel, it means slope of the first line is also negative 1 over 4. This is easy. What about B? B1, we have slope of second line is 3 over 5, and here given these two lines are parallel to each other. So it is written L1 parallel to L2. What does it mean if two lines are parallel? If two lines are parallel, their slopes ML1, ML2, the product of their slopes gives minus 1. So if we know slope of L2, it's 3 over 5, and we are looking for slope of L1, the slope of L1 times the slope of L2, which is 3 over 5, gives minus 1. From here we need to find slope of L1, so it is equal to negative 5 over 3. And we found the slopes. Let's solve the sixth question. State the x-intercept and y-intercept, then find the slope of the line. If we have a graph where the graph cuts the x-axis, intersect the x-axis, this is the x-intercept of the line. So we x-intercept is here. Okay, this is x-intercept. And we have on the y-axis 0.5, this is y-intercept. How can we show these points? The y-intercept, it is 0, 5. Yes, because here this point is 0 for x, y point is 5, and for x-intercept it is y value is 0, x value is 4. So this point is 4, 0. Find the slope of the line. We use the same slope. What was slope? So here we have angle alpha. Tangent alpha gives slope. But here, because we already have the points, we don't need to use trigonometry. We can find the slope just by using this y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Remember from the previous one. So m is equal to, slope is equal to, let's say here x1 y1 and here x2 y2. It doesn't matter which point you take as the first point, which point you take as the second point. So y2 minus y1, it is 0 minus 5, and x2 it is 4, x1 is equal to 0. Slope is negative 5 over 4. Okay, it was A1. Now we have 6b. Find x-intercept and y-intercept of the line 3x plus 4y is equal to 12. There is also a hint: if x is 0, then you find y-intercept. If y is 0, then you find x-intercept. Look at here. If x is 0, you find the y-intercept. Here it is. If y is 0, you find the x-intercept. Here it is. Okay, when we have 3x plus 4y is equal to 12, I can use this table to show the points. If x is equal to 0, when I substitute 0 for x, what do I mean? So 3 times 0, 3x means 3 times 0, so plus 4y is equal to 12. So 3 times 0 is 0, 4y is equal to 12. From here, y is equal to 3. 4 times 3 is 12. If y is equal to 0, so I have 3 times x plus 4 times 0 is equal to 12. 4 times 0 is 0. So from here 3x is equal to 12 and x is equal to 4. So also I can write from here 4y is equal to 12 and y is equal to 3. If x is 0, y is 3. If x 4, y is 0. So x-intercept, let's summarize here. X-intercept, what is x-intercept? Where the y value is 0. So it is 4, 0. And y-intercept, where the x value is 0, which is 0, 3. Okay. We have trigonometric questions in 7th one. Sine cube x plus sine x times cosine square x. I can write sine cube x as sine x times sine square x, and the second term I have sine x and cosine square x. In these two terms, there are two terms here. I have sine x, the common factor, and I write this common factor out of bracket. So when I write this out of bracket, which term left? Which factor left in the first term? It is sine square x, and then I have between them I have plus. I write plus, and from the second term comes cosine square x. So we have formula here: sine square x plus cosine square x is equal to 1. It means this sum is equal to 1. So sine x times 1 is equal to sine x. Okay, this is A1. Now what about B? Cosecant x. Here it is written cosecant, but it's the same meaning here, cosecant x. Okay, so cosecant x is 1 over sine x. Okay, I have product of them. So 1 over sine x times, what about, this is cosecant x. What about tangent x? I have tangent x. Tangent x is sine over cosine. Here it is. So sine x over cosine x, and times I have cosine x. I use this color. Cosine x. What is cosine x? Cosine x, cosine x. But it's cosine x. Yes. Cosine x is cosine x. It's not cotangent. Times tan. Okay. Cosine x is equal to. Do you see the simplifications? I can simplify sine x and sine x, and I can simplify cosine x and cosine x. What is left? Only 1. So the final answer is equal to 1. Okay, the C1, cosine square 20 plus cosine square 70. Let's remember, we know this, sine 20 is equal to cosine 70. We remember this? It's because 20 plus 70 is equal to 90 degree. Whenever the sum of two angles is 90 degree, cofunctions of these angles are equal to each other. So sine 20 is cosine 70, sine 70 is cosine 20, tangent 20 is cotangent 70, tangent 70 is cotangent 20, and it's true for secant and cosecant, cofunctions, sine and cosine, tangent and cotangent. So I just select one of them, cosine square 20, so it is true for their squares, obviously. So cosine square 20 is equal to actually sine square 70, and I already have as a second term cosine square 70, and this is from the first property, first formula. I know that their sum is equal to 1. And we have the last question, 8th one, A and B. In the triangle, A is 4, B is 3, and measurement of angle C is 60. Find C by using cosine law. Cosine law is given here. Here is given for the side A. It's asking C. So how can I write C? C square is equal to A square plus B square. So when A, we use two other sides. So when C, we use two other sides, A and B. Minus, when we have A, we have 2BC. When we have C, we have 2AB. And here it's cosine A for the side A. We have to write cosine C for the side C. So we already know A and B and angle C. So just substitute those values. C square is equal to A square is 16 plus B square is 9 minus 2 times 4 times 3 times cosine of 60. Okay, you remember what is cosine of 60? Yes, it's 1 over 2. So C square is equal to, it's 16 plus 9, 25 minus 2 times 4, 8 times 3, 24 times 1 over 2. We have 25 minus 12, which is 13. But this is C square. If C square is 13, what is C, guys? You are right, it's square root of 13. This is the answer of 8a. Now what about b? Calculate the area by sine law. Here it is given the sine law. Very nice rectangle I draw. Okay, let me draw it again. Here it is. So calculate the area by sine law. What do I know? I have two sides and the angle between them. So it's 1 over 2 times a times b times sine of c. It doesn't matter here a, b and c. We should pay attention the angle between these sides. So we have two sides and we have the angle between them. Only we should remember sine 30. What is sine 30? Yes, it's equal to cosine 60. You remember 60 plus 30 is 90. So the cofunctions are equal to each other. Sine 30 is 1 over 2. Let's write the area here. So area is 1 over 2 times 4 times 7 times sine of 30. So we have 4 times 7 is 28. 28 over 2 times 1 over 2. And we have 28 over 4. So area of ABC, triangle ABC, is 7 unit square. It didn't given if it is centimeter or millimeter, so I write unit square. This is all, guys. I wish you success in makeup exam. Goodbye.